So Doordarshan is the part of state. So they should keep away such action.
So you're saying that Doordarshan should never have broadcast any religious program at all?
No, in this juncture, look, our nation is facing a threat. We are in a pandemic situation. What's happening there?
Sir, you are now shifting the goalposts. Answer my question. Should Doordarshan not broadcast any religious program or gathering? Yes or no?
Look, Ram Janmabhoomi temple in Ayodhya has been a source of conflict and disharmony in the country for decades. So,
what is the conflict? The Supreme Court has given a go-ahead for the construction of the Ram temple. Where's the conflict now?
Look,
why are you creating a conflict where there is none?
The Prasar Bharati Act, which governs the functioning of Doordarshan in section 12(2) clause A, clearly states that its objective is upholding the unity and integrity of the country and the values of enshrined in the Constitution.
Mr. Shamsher, you know, in the last 5 minutes since I started the debate, you have gone from objection to objection. First you said, don't do it during COVID. Then you said, don't do it because it's, you know, state should stay away from religion. Now you're talking about the Prasar Bharati Act. So I will answer all of your questions one by one. Let me start with the last one. Everyone selectively quotes from the Prasar Bharati Act. No, just a second. Let's not give half truths to misinform, mislead. And when you say, sir, that this issue has been the source of communal trouble, it is exactly moves like this, letters like this, that sow the seed for that communal trouble. You are creating trouble where there is none. Nobody has a problem with people watching this on Doordarshan. You don't want to watch it, switch off your TV. Watch a movie. Watch something interesting. Watch a work of fiction. Why do you want to deprive people who believe in Ram Mandir the opportunity to watch the Bhumi Pujan? This, sir, is provocation. And since you talk about the Prasar Bharati Act, let me quote from section 12(2)(b), which is being quoted by Mr. Binoy Viswam. He's quoting 12(2)(a). Let me read you the full section, sir. Please, no. Let me read you the full section because these are the half-truths that are used to vitiate the atmosphere. Now, what does 12(2)(b) says? Doordarshan will safeguard the citizens' right to be informed freely, truthfully and objectively on all matters. Don't devotees of Lord Ram, people who waited, people who have faith in the Ram Mandir, deserve to be informed objectively and completely about what's happening in Ayodhya, Mr. Shamsher?
Look, in my point of view, in a secular democracy, state practice and organization must be kept devoid of religious inclination.
Really?
And attempts must be made to ensure the religious sentiments of all communities are respected.
Really? So then tell me this, in 2013, and let me get an RP Singh on this as well, you know, this whole distance between apparatus, state apparatus and religion happens only with certain religions. Other things are, you know, allowed to go in the name of secular democracy. You know, we can show in 2013 live broadcast of the entire papal conference. Entire papal conference, the election of a new pope in 2013 was done for a full 12 hours on Doordarshan. Why did you not stand up then, Mr. Shamsher, and say that there should be no involvement of Doordarshan in religious matters or in religious gatherings? Why does the papal conference have to be on the national broadcaster of India?
I am briefing my point.
But why didn't you raise this point in 2013, sir? 2013 you had no problem.
The full 2-hour event. That is the need. What is the need of that? We are not suggesting the complete blackout. We are suggesting you can show the news. But what is the need of full coverage of that show?
What is the need for full coverage of the papal conference? Yeah. When the Pope was being elected, you show that for 12 hours. Why? That was shown in entirety. Then you didn't have a problem.
Look, BJP and Sangh Parivar is trying to make it out as a...
Sir, nobody cares for the BJP and Sangh Parivar. The Ram temple does not belong to the BJP and Sangh Parivar. It belongs to the devotees. And the devotees want to see what's happening. First you say, don't allow for a gathering there, which is fine. There should be social distancing. People cannot gather in large numbers. So where do you expect the rest of the devotees to see the Ram temple, the prayers?
Shall I speak? Will you allow me to speak?
Sir, that's the only thing you've been doing. You're the only one who's been speaking and you're jumping from argument to argument, not even supporting, not even giving one reason to support your argument. You just keep running around in circles and basically the intent is, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Why? You want to watch the election of the Pope, nobody stopped you. Nobody wrote any letters, RP Singh. Then arguments are given that this kind of a broadcast militates against the secular nature of our country. Mr. Binoy Viswam, when he was speaking to us earlier, even said it's a waste of money. Some people say this Bhumi Pujan is not necessary. Sir, this is exactly the kind of language which breeds anguish over time, where just one set of beliefs of one religion is dismissed as perfunctory and unnecessary. You cannot decide for others what is necessary for them and what their faith and belief should be. Just like in a secular democracy, you say your beliefs, what you eat, who you pray to, should not be dictated to you. So please, let's keep the definition of secular impartial for everyone. Thank you very much for joining us on this debate, in the hope that such needless controversies are not kicked up again and again. 8 days left.